You work hard, you save when you can. Maybe you even stash a little cash here and there, for emergencies, for peace of mind, for a sense of control in a world that never stops shifting. But what if I told you that the places you're keeping your money, the ones that feel safe, hidden, maybe even clever, might be quietly draining your wealth? This isn't about superstition. It's about energy. And whether you believe in feng shui or not, you've likely felt it. Certain corners of your home feel heavy, like the air hasn't moved in weeks. Some drawers always seem cluttered, some rooms never feel quite right. And sometimes, despite earning enough, saving enough, doing everything right, the money just slips through your fingers and you can't explain why. Today, we're going to talk about 10 specific places in your home where you should never keep money. Not because someone might steal it, not because it's illegal or unsafe, but because over time, those spots send out a message to your mind, your habits, even your subconscious. That money is something to hide, to press down, to forget. And the longer it stays there, the more disconnected it becomes. From your intentions, from your energy, from your life. Maybe it's under the mattress. Maybe it's in the kitchen cabinet next to that jar of expired spices. Maybe it's buried beneath receipts in a wallet you haven't cleaned out in years. Wherever it is, money responds to how you treat it. And when you tuck it away in forgotten corners, it acts like a guest who's been ignored, quietly packing its bags and slipping out the back door. Let's bring it back. Let's find those places. And let's make sure your money doesn't just visit, but stays. Part 1. Don't let your money breathe in tight, cramped places. Number 1. Under your pillow, mattress, or floorboards. There's a strange kind of comfort in hiding things. Maybe it's the feeling of control, of privacy, of knowing something valuable is tucked safely just inches away from you. And for many people, especially those who have lived through uncertain times, it's not uncommon to stash cash under a pillow, beneath a mattress, or even in the creaky boards of an old floor. It's close, it's quiet, it feels safe. But here's the question: if something is meant to grow, why would we bury it? Hiding money in low, sealed places like these may seem harmless, even practical. It's been done for generations. Maybe your parents did it, maybe your grandparents too. But what they didn't talk about, what they couldn't explain, is the emotional weight that comes with it. Because it's not just where the money is, it's what that place begins to represent in your life. Let's talk about under the mattress. It seems clever, right? No one would think to look there. You're literally sleeping over it. But think about the energy of that. Your bed is the place where your body rests, where your mind drifts, where healing and quiet take place. It's sacred in its own right. Now add in money, something loaded with energy, transactions, decisions, debt, desires, pressure. You're mixing two forces that were never meant to live together. And night after night, your subconscious knows. You may fall asleep, but you don't rest deeply. Your mind stays alert, your thoughts stay busy, and over time you start waking up tired, not because your schedule is too full, but because your sleep is never truly empty. Now think about the floorboards, cold, unmoving, often covered in dust, sometimes even forgotten entirely. That's where you're asking your finances to live. Imagine you were invited to stay in someone's home. But instead of offering you a guest room, they slid a blanket under the floor and said, "You'll be safe there." Would you feel welcomed? Would you want to stay? Money is not just paper, it's a form of life energy. When you keep it pressed into dark, cramped corners of your home, you teach it to shrink. You tell it to wait, and eventually it starts listening. There's also a subtler message, one you might not realize you're sending. By storing money this way, you're not just hiding it. You're saying, "I don't trust it to stay." That's powerful. That's not just a habit. That's a belief. And the beliefs we carry about money, quiet as they may be, become the rules our lives begin to follow. And here's where it gets even deeper. For many women, especially those who have raised families, who have managed homes, who have had to stretch a single dollar across multiple needs, money has never been just money. It's been safety. It's been quiet strength. It's been the power to say yes to someone you love and the courage to say no when something wasn't right. So we tuck it under pillows, we slide it between floorboards, we tell ourselves it's just for emergencies. but sometimes. What we're really doing is holding on to control because the world outside hasn't always felt like it's had our back. But here's the truth, gentle but firm: money does better when it breathes. It thrives in spaces that feel cared for. It responds to clarity, order, and dignity. It needs a drawer that opens, a container that says, "I see you, I know what you're here for." It doesn't need to be flashy. It doesn't need to be expensive, but it needs to feel respected, because how you treat money isn't just about the bills you touch. It's about the energy you live with. When you place money under your pillow, you don't just weigh down the bill, you weigh down your peace. When you slide it under your mattress, you press down the flow of your own abundance. When you hide it under the floor, you tell your fortune it's safer unseen, and fortune doesn't like being forgotten. You may think, well, it's just a habit, but habits become symbols. Symbols shape stories, and stories create the energy of your home. If your money is living in tight, cramped spaces without light, movement, or intention, then ask yourself, what other parts of your life have stopped breathing? Where else have you chosen safe over open? Where have you told yourself, this is enough, when deep down you knew something in you was asking for more? You deserve a relationship with money that feels calm, that feels respectful, that doesn't involve sleeping over it like it's a secret, that doesn't keep you up at night worrying if it's still there or if you'll ever have enough. And yes, you're allowed to want more, not from greed, but from grounding, from a place that says, I am allowed to feel secure, I am allowed to know where my money is. I am allowed to let it rest in a space that reflects peace, not pressure. So what do you do instead? Start small. Choose a box you love, wooden velvet, maybe just a drawer that feels neat. Label it or don't. Light a candle next to it sometimes. Keep it clean. Let it feel like a corner of dignity. Let your money rest there the way you wish someone had let you rest, with softness, with structure, with care. Because here's what no one tells you: money listens. And when it feels respected, it stays longer. When it feels wanted, not feared, it comes back more often. When it feels like it has a home in your home, it stops slipping through the cracks. Don't just hide your money, honor it. Don't bury it under the mattress. Invite it to stay with you in the light, because safety isn't silence, and control isn't hiding. True financial peace begins when you let go of old fears and create space for new energy to flow. Number 2, behind shelves, cracks in furniture, inside flower pots. There's something oddly satisfying about finding clever hiding spots. A small envelope behind the bookshelf. A rolled-up bill slipped into a crack under the dresser. A folded $20 tucked beneath the dirt of a decorative flower pot. These spots feel secret, invisible, like the money is safer because it's harder to reach. But here's the problem: what's hard to reach becomes easy to forget. We tell ourselves it's smart. No one would think to look there. It's protected, hidden in plain sight. But let's pause for a moment and really think about what kind of message we're sending, not to others, but to ourselves, to our money, to the energy we live with every single day. When we stash money in tight, dark, awkward corners behind the shelves where dust gathers, in cracks of furniture we no longer use, or even in a flower pot beneath plastic leaves, we're not protecting it. We're burying it. We're disconnecting from it. We're treating it as something to be concealed instead of something to be honored, organized, and invited to grow. Ask yourself honestly, how many times have you forgotten where you placed money? How often have you stumbled on a crumpled bill years later and thought, oh, I didn't even know that was there? That's not abundance. That's disconnection. That's a sign that your financial energy is not flowing with you, it's hiding from you. And more than that, these hiding places carry a weight you may not notice at first. Behind every bookshelf is a corner that hasn't been cleaned. Inside every furniture crack is a bit of neglect. In every flower pot filled with artificial soil is a moment that once meant beauty but now feels forgotten. That's the environment you're placing your money in. That's the atmosphere it absorbs. Money is energy. It responds to its surroundings the same way you do. You wouldn't want to live in a cramped closet behind dusty books or under broken wood. Why would your money? The truth is, many of us hide money like we hide emotions, out of fear. Fear of losing it, fear of it being taken, fear of not having enough, so we tuck it away. We separate it from sight. and unknowingly we separate it from intention. But the more hidden something becomes, the more distant it gets from our consciousness, and anything disconnected from awareness starts to lose power. Let's be honest, we don't just want safety, we want flow, we want clarity, we want to know where things are. We want to feel peace when we open that drawer or look at our bank statement, not confusion, not clutter, not a trail of post-it notes reminding us of emergency stashes we can't quite locate anymore. Hiding money behind furniture or inside random objects also delays growth. It's like planting a seed in a jar with no sunlight. You've technically placed it in soil, but nothing's going to grow there. There's no nourishment, no air, no awareness, just stillness, just waiting, just stagnation. That belief over time creates habits, and those habits shape your energy, and your energy is what determines how money moves around you. We often think of money in practical terms, bills, checks, accounts. But there's also an emotional relationship that most of us were never taught to tend to. We were taught how to spend, how to save, how to budget, but not how to trust. Not how to care for money with intention. Not how to give it a space in our home that says, "You belong here." Let that be your turning point. What if instead of tucking money into the walls of your life, you made space for it at the center? What if instead of hiding it in places even you don't revisit, you gave it a home you pass by every day? A small wooden box, a velvet pouch, a labeled envelope inside a clean drawer. Something that says, this is not about fear, this is about clarity. Money doesn't need to be locked away to feel safe. It needs to feel seen. And so do you. There is no shame in the habit. It came from a time when we had to stretch, hide, protect. But you are allowed to evolve beyond that time. You are allowed to say, I don't have to hide what I've worked for. You are allowed to bring your finances out of the shadows into places of light, breath, and purpose. Because here's what happens when you do. You start remembering what you have. You start tracking your flow. You begin making decisions from awareness, not anxiety. And bit by bit, you shift from fear of lack to a quiet readiness for more. So if there's a folded bill behind a bookshelf, go find it. If there's something stuck between the couch cushions or buried in a flower pot, go gently rescue it. Thank it for being there and give it a better home. A place with air, a place with order, a place where it can feel like part of your life, not lost behind it. Because when you stop hiding your money, you stop hiding your worth. And you stop telling the world that your abundance needs to be out of sight to be safe. You're not hiding anymore. You're ready to live in light and with flow. Part 2, when the space is neglected, money wants to leave. Number 3. In greasy kitchens, moldy bathrooms, dusty drawers, not all clutter is loud. Some of it hides in corners, tucked behind habit and routine. You walk into your kitchen every day, but do you notice the film of grease clinging to the cabinet above the stove? The faint, sour smell near the sink? Maybe there's a drawer you haven't opened in months, full of twist ties, broken pens, old batteries. Or maybe the bathroom still has mildew in the corners, no matter how many candles you light. These aren't catastrophes. They're ordinary, common, and that's exactly why they're dangerous, because they go unnoticed, unbothered, and eventually energetically heavy. Now imagine storing your money in these kinds of spaces. A few bills in a plastic bag, hidden behind a box of cereal you no longer eat. A rolled-up 20 stuffed in a dusty drawer beside crumpled receipts. Cash in an old soap box tucked under the sink. It may seem clever, after all, who'd ever think to look there? But what's safe to you may feel suffocating to the energy of money. Money, like you, feels the room it lives in. It absorbs the silence, the stickiness, the stillness. It mirrors the attention you give it or don't. The kitchen in its best form is a space of warmth, a place where things are cooked, nourished, shared. But when it's caked in grease, ignored, filled with expired jars and sticky surfaces, it begins to drag everything down, including the energy of money. Because anything surrounded by decay, no matter how practical, eventually becomes coated in that energy too. The same goes for bathrooms. No matter how sparkling your sink might look today, a bathroom is still the space we associate with waste, with letting go, with flushing, scrubbing, discarding. It's not a place of retention, it's a place of release. So when you hide money there, even subtly, you're asking it to stay in an environment designed to make things disappear. And maybe you're thinking, I only keep a little there. Or, it's just temporary. But energy doesn't wait for your intentions to catch up. It responds immediately to placement. When you tuck a bill next to a moldy sponge, even with good reason, it's still absorbing the vibration of neglect. Dusty drawers are another hidden culprit. You know the drawer everyone has. Batteries that don't work. Manuals for electronics you don't even own anymore. Keys you can't remember the purpose of. That drawer holds the things you don't know where else to put and slowly becomes the graveyard of forgotten energy. Now picture storing cash there. What message are you sending? That your money belongs in limbo, in the pile of I'll deal with this later. There's a reason why people who declutter their homes often find their finances improving shortly after. It's not magic, it's movement. When you clear space, you invite clarity. And clarity is where money likes to live. Not perfection, clarity. If your money is sharing a drawer with expired coupons and sticky coins, it begins to carry the feeling of being left over. And no one, no person, no resource, no energy wants to feel like the afterthought, not even money. Now let's bring this closer to something more emotional. Many women, especially those in midlife or beyond, have spent decades balancing everyone else's needs, the grocery lists, the doctor's appointments, the utility bills, the grandkids, the meals, the cleaning, the birthdays remembered. And somewhere along the way, your own needs, your own sense of peace and prosperity got pushed to the back of a drawer too. So maybe you keep money in the kitchen because it's close, or in the bathroom because no one else looks there, or in the drawer because it's just one more thing on a long list you haven't had time to sort. But what if, just for a moment, you paused and asked, is this where I would want to rest? Because that's what money is doing when it's in your home. It's resting. Waiting, listening, preparing to grow if you let it. But it cannot stretch and flow in places that feel ignored. It cannot blossom in air that hasn't moved in years. You don't have to overhaul your house. You don't need to be spotless. You just need to be intentional. Find a drawer and clear it. Wipe the dust. Light a candle. Choose a box or pouch that feels soft to the touch. Place your money there, not hidden, but held, not shoved, but honored. Let that corner become a symbol of trust between you and your finances. Because money, like energy, goes where it's respected. And when it feels respected, it stays. And here's the quiet truth. When you start treating your finances with gentle clarity, even in the tiniest of ways, you start remembering that you are not an afterthought either. So maybe it starts with the kitchen cabinet, or the bathroom shelf, or that drawer that makes you sigh every time you open it. Maybe today is the day you shift it, just a little, wipe it down. Let in some light. Remove what no longer belongs, because you deserve to live in a home where money doesn't feel like it's waiting to be forgotten. You deserve to walk into your kitchen and feel warmth, not weight. To open a drawer and find purpose, not dust. This isn't just about money. It's about energy. It's about how you treat the things that support you. It's about choosing not to let neglect become your normal. And it's about remembering that the way you treat your space is a reflection of the way you treat your self-worth. Let your home speak clearly. Let your money breathe freely. And let the neglected spaces finally become sacred ones. Number 4, hidden among dirty laundry or forgotten boxes, there's a pile of clothes sitting in the corner. Maybe it's been there a few days, maybe a few weeks, shirts you meant to fold, a sweater that holds the smell of a long, tiring day, towels that dried more than just water. We tell ourselves we'll get to it soon, that it's not a big deal, that life is busy and we're doing our best, and that's all true. But then, quietly, without meaning to, we start using that pile as a place to hide things. A little envelope of cash tucked between a pair of jeans. A folded bill slipped into a sock just for safekeeping. We think no one will look here. And we're right, not even us. There's something deeply symbolic about hiding money in dirty laundry. It's not just about the clothes, it's about what those clothes represent. They hold the weight of our days, sweat, emotions, arguments, rushed mornings, long nights. Laundry isn't just fabric, it's residue. And when money is placed in the middle of that, when it's wrapped in fatigue, stress, and things left undone, it starts to absorb that energy. Not because money is magic, but because everything we touch carries energy, and everything we ignore begins to reflect back something we're afraid to face. Maybe it's not laundry. Maybe it's an old cardboard box in the back of the closet. A box full of tangled phone cords, expired coupons, that one shoe you never found the match for. A box you promised yourself you'd go through but haven't. And in the middle of it, there's a roll of bills you hid just in case. For emergencies, for when things get bad, for when you need it most. But here's what happens in those forgotten spaces. Money stops feeling like a partner and starts feeling like a last resort, like something you only turn to when the worst has happened. And that's not a relationship, it's a survival tactic. And survival energy is not where abundance likes to live. Let's pause for a moment and ask, why there? Why are we placing the very thing we hope will bring us comfort and security in the most avoided parts of our homes? The answer for many of us is this: because we've been taught that needing money is something to be ashamed of, that wanting stability is selfish, that it's smarter to hide than to trust. And so, we tuck our finances into dark corners and cover them with unspoken emotions. We call it being careful. We call it being prepared. But really, it's fear dressed as caution. Money doesn't thrive in fear. It shrinks. It waits. It begins to feel more like a burden than a blessing, and just like anything that's been neglected, it quietly slips away. Dirty laundry is a part of life. We all have it. But when it lingers too long, it creates more than just odor. It creates energetic drag. It weighs down a room. It fills it with invisible noise. And when you place something of value in that environment, it no longer feels like value. It feels like clutter. And clutter breeds confusion. How many times have you lost track of where your money is? How many times have you done laundry and forgotten that $20 bill was in the pocket? Or worse, washed it, destroyed it, and felt that little sting of loss? This isn't about being perfect. This isn't about pristine homes and color-coded drawers. This is about awareness. It's about remembering that where you place your money reflects how you relate to it. Do you hide it in chaos, or do you give it a place that feels like care? Imagine a woman, maybe someone like you, who's spent years taking care of everyone else, who's handled school lunches, prescriptions, home repairs, birthdays, holidays, worries no one ever saw. She's tired, but she's still standing, still giving. And somewhere in the midst of all that giving, she's tucked away a little cash for herself, for just in case. And that money lives under a pile of clothes she never has time to fold. She deserves more than that. So do you. Money doesn't just want to be safe, it wants to be seen. It wants to know it has a role. It wants to be used with intention, not hidden out of fear or guilt. It wants to live in a place that reflects your dignity, not your exhaustion. So what do? You start small. You walk over to the pile and gently lift the envelope. You thank it for waiting. You fold the clothes, not because anyone will notice, but because you're clearing space. Then you find a drawer, a box, a shelf, even just a clean envelope. You place the money there with clarity, with care, with a quiet voice inside that says, "I'm ready for more." Because you are. You're not hiding anymore. You're not just surviving. You're creating space, not just for money, but for peace, for energy that flows, for a relationship with money that feels supportive, not stressful. And no, the world may not change overnight. But when the energy in your home shifts, something inside you does too. You start to remember what you've built, what you've held together, what you've made possible even when things felt impossible. And that little bill you tucked under the laundry, it deserves to live somewhere brighter, somewhere it can breathe, somewhere it can remind you that your worth was never meant to sit beneath unfolded clothes and forgotten boxes. It was always meant to rise. Part 3, your wallet is a mirror of your money mindset. Number 5, a torn wallet, messy compartments, old receipts. Your wallet doesn't speak, but it says everything. You carry it every day. It lives close to you in your purse, in your pocket, on the passenger seat of your car. It holds the pieces of your financial life, your ID, your cards, your receipts, your cash. It's small, practical, familiar. So familiar, in fact, that most of us stop seeing it entirely. But what if your wallet isn't just a container? What if it's a mirror? a mirror for how you treat your money, a reflection of how you feel about it, about yourself, about what you believe you're worthy of receiving and worthy of keeping. Let's be honest. When was the last time you really looked at your wallet, not just reached for it, not just opened it at the store, but really looked? Is the leather worn? Are the corners torn? Is the zipper stuck? Are the compartments bulging with old receipts, expired coupons, gift cards with 32 cents left on them? Are there candy wrappers, loose coins, lint business cards from people you barely remember? It happens slowly. One little thing at a time. You tell yourself, I'll clean it later. But later becomes weeks, then months, then years. And soon your wallet doesn't feel like a home for money. It feels like a junk drawer with a snap closure. And the more cluttered it becomes, the more stressed you feel every time you open it. The more disconnected you become from your finances, from what you have, from where it's going. This isn't about being neat for the sake of being neat. It's about energy. It's about respect. Because just like you wouldn't want to live in a house with broken windows, piles of unopened mail, and dirty floors, your money doesn't want to live in a wallet that feels like neglect. We often talk about mindset, how you think, what you believe, but mindset isn't just in your head, it shows up in your habits, your surroundings, the way you treat the tools that touch your everyday life. And your wallet is one of the most intimate tools you own. You touch it daily. You trust it with your identity, your access, your future. So what does your wallet say about you? Does it say, I value what I carry? Or does it whisper, I'm overwhelmed, and I don't have time for this? Does it say, I'm open to receiving? Or does it mutter, I'm holding on to scraps just in case I need them someday? We've all been there. You don't need a lecture. You don't need a Pinterest perfect organizer. What you need is awareness. Permission to pause, to clean out the chaos. To choose one tiny place in your life that can feel clear, calm, ready. Because clarity in your wallet creates clarity in your money. When you know where things are, when everything has a place, when your cash is flat, your cards are organized, and your wallet opens with ease, you feel different. More grounded, more capable, less frantic, less foggy. You make decisions with intention, not with I'll figure it out later. And here's the thing, it's not about how much money is in your wallet. It's about the message the wallet sends to the money that will arrive. Is this a place it wants to stay? Or does it feel like it'll get lost the moment it walks through the door? Imagine money as a guest. You've invited it in, but the house is cluttered. There's no space on the table. The couch is covered in laundry. The lights are flickering. Your guest feels uncomfortable, so they thank you politely and leave. That's what happens when your wallet feels like chaos. It repels the very thing you're trying to hold on to. Now imagine the opposite. A wallet that feels soft in your hand, that opens easily, that smells clean, that holds only what's needed. A few bills neatly folded, cards you actually use. A note to yourself that says you're doing better than you think. A small pouch of stillness in a world that always wants more. A place where money feels respected, not crammed. Where it feels invited, not ignored. That's not just organization, that's alignment. So what can you do right now? Start simple. Empty your wallet, spread everything out. Toss what's expired. File away receipts you actually need. Shred the rest. Clean the inside, yes, even the lining. Then choose what goes back in, not everything, just what serves you, just what reflects clarity. If your wallet is torn, let this be the sign to replace it, not with something extravagant. Just something that feels like care, like a quiet yes to yourself, like a small promise kept. Because that's what a good wallet becomes, a space of kept promises. Not just to your bank account, but to your self-worth. It says, I matter enough to create space for my money to arrive and stay. And if you've been walking around with a wallet that feels heavy, broken, overstuffed, it's okay. That was a season. It served you. It held what you didn't know how to release yet. But you're ready now, ready to clear, to breathe, to invite your finances into something better. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to begin with one small space, one gentle shift, one sign to your future self that says, I'm paying attention, I'm making room, I'm ready. Your wallet is more than leather and stitching. It's a message. Let it be one that opens easily and speaks clearly. Number 6. Scattered bills with no purpose. There's something we all do without realizing it. We leave money in little places, a few dollars in the glove compartment, a crumpled 20 in the pocket of a coat we haven't worn since last winter, a $5 bill tucked inside a drawer next to old birthday candles and broken batteries, loose change in a bowl that was once decorative, an envelope in a purse we no longer carry, a folded bill slipped into a kitchen cabinet, just in case. We call it being practical, we call it being prepared, but what it really is scattered. Scattered money seems harmless. In fact, it feels smart, like you're covering your bases, like you've got backup. But money without purpose is like a car with no driver, it's going nowhere. Scattered money doesn't grow, it doesn't multiply, it doesn't support you when you need it most because you don't even remember where it is. It slips through the cracks, not because you're careless, but because there's no center, no container, no direction. And without direction, there's no energy. Money needs intention, it needs clarity. Every dollar in your home should know what it's there for. Is it emergency cash? Is it grocery money? Is it savings for a trip or a gift to your future self? Or is it just floating, waiting to be used, forgotten, or tossed into a drawer and buried under odds and ends? Think about it. If someone gave you a team of people and said, "This is your support system," but didn't tell you what they were supposed to do, where to go, or how to help, how effective would they be? Money works the same way. Without a clear role, it becomes static. And static money isn't just unproductive, it creates energetic confusion. Scattered bills reflect a scattered relationship with abundance. It's not about the amount, it's about the message. A single $10 bill placed with intention carries more energy than $100 lying limp in 6 forgotten corners of your house. And here's where it gets emotional. Many women, especially those who have spent their lives multitasking, holding families together, stretching every cent, have learned to function in the in-between. In the for now. In the this will do until I figure it out. So money gets tucked here, placed there, moved again, always orbiting, but never anchored. That habit comes from survival, from needing to be flexible, from having no safety net, from experience, from love, from life. But you're not just surviving anymore, and your money shouldn't be either. Scattered bills are often signs of deeper patterns, a fear of looking too closely at your finances, a belief that it's better not to keep it all in one place. A subtle story playing in the background that says, if I don't claim this, it can't disappoint me. So we don't assign purpose, we just scatter and hope something lands where it needs to. But energy doesn't land, it moves. And if your money is scattered, your clarity will be too. Here's what happens when you start giving every dollar a job. You stop guessing, you stop fearing, you stop feeling like money is something that drifts in and out of your life without permission. Instead, it becomes a tool, a reflection, a response. Imagine walking into your home and knowing exactly where your cash is. Not all of it in one place necessarily, but each portion placed with care. Labeled, folded, named. This is my grocery envelope. This is my travel stash. This is my Sunday coffee fund. This is what I'm saving for a new chapter I haven't even told anyone about yet. That's alignment, that's trust. That's energy flowing with you, not away from you. Money doesn't demand control, it doesn't need to be micromanaged. But it does need to feel included. It needs to know it's not an afterthought. It needs to be invited to participate in your life, not left to gather dust in coat pockets and kitchen drawers. So how do you start? Walk through your space with gentle eyes. Find the scattered bills, not with shame, but with curiosity. Lift the sweater, open the purse you haven't used in 6 months. Check that bowl by the front door, the old card case, the desk drawer. Collect it all, not just the money, but the energy. Then sit down with it, hold it, ask, what is this here for? And assign it a role, even if it's small, even if it's symbolic. Give it a home, a purpose, a plan. Place it somewhere clean, somewhere intentional, somewhere you'll return to not someday, but soon. This isn't about budgeting, it's about belonging. You're telling your money, you matter enough to be seen. And in doing so, you're telling yourself the same thing. Money wants to stay where it feels useful. So make your home a place where it doesn't just arrive, but where it stays, grows, and supports you in ways both tangible and quiet. Let this be the end of scattered money and the beginning of purposeful flow. Because you deserve more than fragments. You deserve focus, and so does your abundance. Part 4, money and faith are not meant to share the same page. Number 7, tucking cash inside a Bible, sacred text, or prayer book. There's a kind of reverence that lives in sacred books. Whether it's a family Bible, a worn prayer journal, a handwritten collection of verses, or a devotional that's traveled with you through grief, joy, and everything in between, these aren't just books. They are companions, witnesses, vessels of hope. And sometimes, because of that sacredness, we believe they can protect what's fragile, like money. So we slide a bill between pages of scripture. We tuck cash into the back cover of a psalm. We fold a note with a few dollars and press it gently between blessings and prayers, not to disrespect, but to shield, to bless, to hide. But what begins as hope can quietly become confusion, because money and faith are not meant to share the same page, not physically, not energetically. They speak different languages, they serve different roles, and when you blur the lines between them, both start to lose their meaning. Let's be clear, this isn't about superstition, it's about alignment. Your Bible isn't a wallet. Your prayer book isn't a lockbox. They are spaces for spirit, for stillness, for surrender. They are where your mind goes to release, not to calculate. They are where your heart opens, not where your financial fear gets folded into the margins. When you place money in sacred texts, you don't just place it next to scripture. You place it inside a spiritual contract that was never designed to hold it. And over time, the lines blur. You begin to look for financial answers in spiritual places. You begin to pray harder, not for peace, but for provision. You begin to believe that blessing is the same as budgeting. That being a good person will automatically mean abundance. And when it doesn't happen, when money still slips through your fingers, you begin to wonder, what am I doing wrong? But you're not doing anything wrong. You're just putting your money where your prayers go, and those two energies were never meant to be fused. Faith is about trust in the unseen. Money is about direction in the tangible. Faith requires surrender. Money requires stewardship. They are not enemies, but they are not roommates either. There is a quiet disrespect, not an intention, but in action when we tuck money into a sacred book. Not because money is dirty, but because it's misplaced, out of context, out of alignment. Sacred texts deserve to be read, held, honored, not bulging with bills or pressed into roles they were never meant to fulfill. And money, too, deserves clarity, a defined role, a designated place. It thrives when it knows where it belongs, not when it's hidden in hope. And this habit, it doesn't come from greed, it comes from fear. From a time when hiding was safety, from generations who survived with less, from beliefs that said, don't flaunt what you have, don't talk about money, just pray. But you're allowed to evolve past that, to honor faith and finances equally but separately. Imagine walking into a church and seeing the offering plate, except instead of placing your gift there, someone had crammed bills into hymnals, stuck change behind statues, hidden cash in the Bible behind the pulpit. You'd feel it, something wouldn't sit right, not because of the money, but because of the misplacement. Your home is no different. There should be places of reverence, and there should be places of responsibility. Mixing the two doesn't bless your finances, it muddles your relationship with both God and money. And if you've done this, if right now there's a folded bill in your Bible, a prayer card with cash tucked behind it, there's no shame, there's no judgment, only an invitation to realign. Take it out, gently with gratitude, set it somewhere new, somewhere clean, somewhere clear. You can still say a prayer over it. You can still speak blessing into your finances. You can still believe that you are provided for, but let your sacred spaces be for soul. And let your money live where it can breathe and grow, because both are holy in their own way. Faith is what keeps you grounded when the world shakes. Money is what keeps the lights on while you wait for peace to return. Faith holds your spirit. Money holds your choices. You need both, but you need them in the right place, doing the right work. So let your Bible be free of envelopes and folded corners hiding bills. Let your prayer book hold nothing but your voice. Let your sacred texts be as they were meant to be, untouched by fear, uncluttered by cash. And let your money know it has a home too, somewhere intentional, somewhere it's not a secret, Somewhere it's welcomed, not in silence, but in structure, because money doesn't want to be blessed, it wants to be respected. And you, your life, your legacy, your worth deserve both. So bless your wallet, bless your bank account, bless your budget, but don't confuse the blessing with the space where it's written, because your faith is sacred, and your money can be, too, when you let it live on its own page. Part 5, where money actually wants to stay. Not all money is lost. Some of it simply never felt invited to stay. You see, we spend so much time worrying about how to get money, how to earn more, save more, fix what's broken. But rarely do we ask a quieter, more powerful question. Where does money actually want to live? What kind of space makes it feel safe, seen, welcome? Because yes, money has energy, and like any energy, it flows best where it feels respected. If money could choose its own room in your home, it wouldn't choose the junk drawer. It wouldn't choose the bathroom cabinet or the linty corner of your purse. It wouldn't want to sleep under your mattress next to old receipts, tangled cords, and leftover chaos. It would choose a space that says, "You matter here." A space that isn't about fear, but about faith. Not spiritual faith, but self-faith. Faith in your ability to hold, manage, and use money with calm clarity. Let's imagine that for a moment. Picture a drawer, not a fancy one, just clean. It opens without struggle. It smells faintly of cedar or lavender or nothing at all. Inside, there's a simple box. Maybe wooden, maybe fabric-lined, maybe just a well-folded envelope. There's no clutter, no panic, no mixed messages, just a feeling of quiet readiness. That's where money wants to live. Because where you place your money is the most honest conversation you're having with it. You can say you want more. You can work extra hours. You can budget every penny. But if your home tells a different story, if your space says, "I don't know where to put you," or worse, "I'll deal with you later," then money listens to that, not your spreadsheets. The truth is, money doesn't need luxury. It doesn't care about brand names or velvet-lined safes. It needs clarity. It needs breathing room. It needs to be handled with hands that aren't rushing, with a mind that isn't panicked. It needs intention. And intention is quiet but powerful. It's choosing a spot in your home that feels steady, a space with light, with order, a place you can return to and know, this is where my abundance begins. It might be a small tray in your office, a pouch in your dresser, a locked box in your nightstand. What matters is not how impressive it looks, but how clearly it reflects your respect. Because when you respect money, it stays. It doesn't slip out the back door in the form of overdrafts or forgotten subscriptions. It doesn't vanish into impulse purchases you barely remember. It begins to flow with you, not away from you. It starts showing up, not just as cash, but as ease, as opportunity, as peace. Money likes rhythm. It likes to know where it belongs. When every dollar has a purpose, a place, and a little space to breathe, it moves differently. You move differently. That's why the energy of a wallet matters. That's why the drawer you stuff with coins and crumpled bills deserves to be cleaned. That's why it's worth 5 minutes to clear a space in your home where money isn't buried or forgotten, but honored. Not worshipped, honored. There's a difference. Worship comes from fear, from desperation, from putting money on a pedestal, hoping it saves you. But honor is calm, it's steady. It's the whisper that says, "You're a tool, not a master. You're welcome here, but you don't define me." That balance between gratitude and groundedness is where money feels most at home. And maybe you're thinking, "But I don't have much." That's okay. This isn't about how much. It's about how you treat what you do have. Even one single dollar placed with care is a message to the universe, to your subconscious, and to your future that says, "I'm ready to be trusted with more." And maybe that space becomes a ritual. Maybe once a week you check it, you add a little, you sit quietly and remember what you're building. Maybe you keep a note inside, "This is my safe place." Or, "This money is for the version of me I haven't met yet." Let it be gentle, let it be yours, because the more you treat your money like a guest of value, the more it behaves like one. It shows up, it stays, it tells its friends, it becomes less about fear and more about flow. And isn't that what we want? Not just money, but flow. Not just security, but a sense of ease. Not just wealth, but wellness. So ask yourself tonight with softness, not shame. Where does my money live? Does it feel welcomed or tolerated? Does it feel seen or scattered? And then without pressure, create that one small corner, that drawer, that envelope, that symbol. Because when you give your money a home, something else shifts too. You come home to yourself. So now we've walked through the quiet corners of your home, the places money gets lost, neglected, smothered, or simply forgotten, under pillows, behind furniture, inside broken wallets, among dirty laundry, scattered in pockets, even hidden between pages of faith. And maybe, as you listened, something inside you stirred, not panic but recognition. Because this wasn't just about where you keep your money. It was about how you relate to it, how you carry it, how you carry yourself. Money is not just currency, it's a mirror. It reflects the way you treat your space, your habits, your self-worth, and the science of it. It's rooted in attention. Neuroscience tells us what we observe, we influence. The moment you begin to notice something, really notice it, you change its outcome. That applies to health, relationships, and yes, to finances. So when your money is crammed into chaos, your relationship with it becomes anxious, confused, disconnected. But when you give it a clear space, one drawer, one box, one small intention, your brain begins to associate money with peace, with clarity, with respect. That's not magic, that's neuroplasticity, that's energetic alignment, that's healing. And I want to say this gently but clearly, this isn't about being perfect. It's not about judgment. If your wallet has been a mess, if your money has been scattered, if you've tucked a bill into your Bible or under your bed, it's okay. That was a season, and maybe it served you, but now, maybe it's time for a new one, a season of simplicity, of openness, of conscious keeping, because you are not just someone who earns and spends. You are a keeper of energy, a creator of flow, and when your space reflects that, your finances start to follow. So thank you. Thank you for staying through this journey. Thank you for caring enough about your home, your energy, your story, to listen and to feel. Wherever you are, whatever your income, may you find ease. May your money rest where it feels welcomed. May your home hold space for abundance, not just in dollars, but in peace. You deserve that, and if no one said it today, let me be the first. You're doing better than you think. You're allowed to begin again, and everything you need to shift your energy is already in your hands. Until next time, be well. Be kind to your space. Be kind to your money, and most of all, be kind to yourself.